Have you ever felt like every door is just slamming shut in your face? It's tough, right? Well, we're going to dive into a story that's simple, but man, it's powerful. It's all about resilience and how just refusing to give up can literally change everything.
So, picture this. Every single day, you'd hear this call. That's Guria. She's a young girl from a small village, and when she said those words, she wasn't just selling saris. Nope, she was carrying the weight of her entire family's hopes, right there, in that bundle on her back.
And that's really the core of it, isn't it? This is a story about a girl who just never gave up. It's all about persistence. It's a great reminder that sometimes the journey isn't about the destination. It's about having the guts to just keep putting one foot in front of the other.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about Guria's struggle. Because, to really appreciate her success, you've got to understand what she was up against every single day. The hardship was real, but so was this quiet hope that she just wouldn't let go of. So what was her motivation? What gets someone out of bed to face that every day? Well, her dad was sick, and her mom was working all the time in other people's homes just to make ends meet. The family's money situation was, well, it was really bad. So for Guria, selling saris, yeah, that wasn't just a hobby. It was an absolute necessity. And here's the kicker, her biggest hurdle. It wasn't just about convincing people to buy. She was competing with this big, established shop nearby. And you know how it is. Everyone just assumed the shop had the better, fancier stuff. So Guria, she was the underdog right from the very start. Can you even imagine hearing that every single day? We'll just buy from the shop. You can go now. Wow. Those words, they weren't just rejection. It was a complete dismissal of her effort, her hope, basically her entire reason for being there. And you know what's sometimes even worse than a no? Total silence. A lot of the time, people wouldn't even bother to open the door. Just nothing. That feeling of being completely ignored, of having a door literally shut in your face, man, that is just crushing. But here's the amazing part. Even with all that daily heartbreak, Guria just kept going. Every single morning, she'd gather her saris, dig deep to find that courage, and head out, just hoping maybe today will be different. Now that is what you call real resilience. And this is where things start to change. We're calling this section a ray of hope. Because you know how it is in stories like this. There's always a turning point. And for Guria, it all came down to one single, totally unexpected moment of kindness. Okay, so get this. One day, it is absolutely pouring rain. The kind of day where you just want to curl up inside, right? But not Guria. She was out there, completely soaked, but still trying to make a sale. That alone tells you everything you need to know about her dedication. And then it happened. Someone finally saw her. And I don't just mean they saw her saris, they saw her. An older woman called out asking, "Daughter, what are you doing out in all this rain?" It's such a simple question, but it was filled with genuine concern, probably the first bit of kindness she'd felt all day. And Guria's answer, wow. It's just so honest, it hits you right in the gut. She just says, "Amma, if I don't sell anything today, how is my family going to eat?" Just like that. In one sentence, she explained everything, the desperation, the reality of her struggle.
And that was the spark. That was the moment it all started to turn around. The old woman's heart just melted. It wasn't pity, It was respect. And so she bought a sari, Guria's very first sale, all from a simple moment of human connection. And that one sale, it was like the first domino to fall. It set off a whole chain reaction, which brings us to the last part of her story, the sweet fruit of labor. Because that one day, that one act of just not giving up, it didn't just change her day. It was about to change her entire life. This is what's so cool. It shows you the power of just one person speaking up for you. The old woman, she went and told everyone. But she didn't just talk about the quality of the saris. No, she talked about the girl selling them. She told everyone about Guria's grit, her hard work, and why she was out there in the first place. And the change was just dramatic. Think about it. Before, they wouldn't even open the door for her. Now, people were actually coming to her to buy saris. The whole village's perception just did a complete 180. She went from being seen as a bother to being seen as a symbol of strength and hard work. And look, this is how real change happens, right? It's not some overnight miracle, it's step by step. First, people started buying from her. Then, she saved up every little bit of money she could. And finally, she did something that must have seemed impossible before. She opened her very own little shop. And the best part? The same people who used to shut the door in her face were now her regular customers.
I mean, think about that. Nobody handed her anything. She faced rejection. She faced pouring rain. And through pure, nonstop hard work, she literally changed her own destiny. She built a new future for herself and her family from the ground up.
So, at the end of the day, what's the big takeaway from Gudia's incredible journey? Let's break down the main lesson here.
It really boils down to this, and it's so powerful. With hard work and courage, every challenge just becomes a little bit easier. It's not that the problems disappear, right? It's that you get stronger. Your resilience grows, and you become big enough to handle them.
And that leaves us with one final thought. Gudia's story really shows the amazing power of just trying one more time. One more day, one more knock on the door. So the real question isn't about the challenges you're facing. The real question is for you. How far is your courage going to take you?